A few months after I got back from my 4th trip there, it finally dawned on me just how much women and the Cayman Islands have in common. Just when you think you spent enough time around them, you think you know all there is to know and there's no possible way they could ever hope to surprise you, it happens. They'll wait until that crucial moment when you let your guard down and then confound you with a mystifying array of new reasons to keep coming back for more. The luckiest men are taught this lesson with a gentle whisper or an enchanting stare. With me, however, it's usually never that subtle. My name is Aaron Falls. I'm a diver, a divulger, an indulger, and I'm going into the drink. The 3 islands, Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac, were first sighted by Columbus during his final voyage to the New World in 1503. A few hundred years later, the word is out on how awesome it is here, and the Caymans are now home to the highest standard of living in the Caribbean and play host to over 1 million annual visitors. Most of them are coming to Grand Cayman, and there's good reason for this. Whatever your passion, Grand Cayman's got you covered. Sport fishing, sailing, honeymooning, family vacation, cruise ship port of call, even their offshore banking is legendary. It'll be a long time before I step on the plane with theoretical wife number 2 or a suitcase full of money to make disappear, but my own reasons for coming here are no less important. Cayman's diving is spectacular, and for me, it's the site of many firsts. 15 years and several professional assignments here later, I began to treat the Cayman Islands the way I do the Rolling Stones. I appreciate your legacy, you've greatly impacted my life, but when I come see you now, I'm just expecting the best nostalgia act in the business. And then that crucial moment came when I let my guard down. So for this episode, instead of the usual tell me a story, Uncle Aaron journey we usually go on,
Here, let me get the door for you.
just treat the next half hour or so as a list of reasons I was shamefully wrong about the Cayman Islands. Ready? Here we go.
It is $10. $10 to get in to see the entire park.
It's a disgrace that I've been to the Caymans as many times as I have and never been to the turtle farm at Boatswain's Bay. It's a national institution and a source of great pride for both the people and their government. And rightfully so.
Inside here, the hatchery guys, we can control the sex. Warmer temperature, get your females, and cooler temperature, get your males.
Good. Welcome to the Cayman Islands, my friend.
Big part.
I'm pulling for you.
All the turtles that we release, we put a tag on them so they're protected.
Wow.
Some of those turtles have gone as far as places like Venezuela, Cuba, and Florida, Belize, and Honduras. Up to date, I think it's maybe about 40 big females coming back here and nesting back on the beaches of the Cayman Islands.
No kidding.
They do go and come back. Yes,
Well,
sir.
I'm sure they got family here.
Oh yeah.
Can you do it what we practiced? You want to eat? You want to eat? You hungry? You're freezing on me now, huh? It's because we're not paying scale. All right, here we go. Oh, now you do it. Okay. Ready? Yay! I'm so hungry I can't stand it. The guy with the horns and everything back there is a hybrid.
And we first got those back in 2001 from the Department of Environment.
So that happened
In the wild.
In the wild?
Yes, sir.
Huh. What are the odds of that happening? Like, you know,
That's like 95% out of 100 odds of that happening.
ever.
Yeah.
How long do you think an animal like that could live?
Roughly maybe about 50 or 60 years, probably,
Oh, okay.
maybe more.
And that animal's probably what?
It's going about 8 years now.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got time. Enjoy yourself. Easy. Make room for the Holy Spirit. Come on. Everybody's getting a little too familiar. For years, I've known the joy of satisfying my sweet tooth by way of a Tortuga rum cake. A few phone calls, a couple extra helpings of charm, and one hairnet later, I'm getting the royal treatment by the queen of this mouth-watering empire, Monique Hamady Simmons. I'm very familiar with the majesty that is the rum cake, but I don't know how it's made. Will you show me the magic? You're going to show me the magic? All right, let's do it. But understanding the love that goes into making these buns of bliss only makes them taste sweeter, if that's even possible.
This really isn't doing a whole lot for my TV figure, but I don't really care, actually.
Brilliant artist, passionate conservationist, and really, really nice guy. 3 concepts you are rarely, if ever, gonna be able to tie to a single person. It's a good bet you've seen Guy Harvey's work before. He's one of the most celebrated and prolific marine artists in history, and definitely my personal favorite. Fisherman, doctor, artist. I mean, how does the timeline go here for you?
The inherent ability was there, but I didn't put it to good use until this book came along. And once this took off, I knew I had something cooking. I was teaching at university then, and I recognized the opportunity and made the transition.
How do you feel your scientific background has shaped how you make your art?
It's had a huge impact, there's no doubt about it. Before the artwork came along, I was hell-bent on becoming maybe a director of a marine lab in Jamaica or a university professor full-time. You know, in those days we didn't have computers. Illustrations were the way that we, helped to show the work.
Okay, it is no secret to anybody that billfish are your signature. What is it about this animal that inspires you creatively so much?
Well, the billfish, are a very sexy animal. They're very large, they're beautiful, they're fast, they're apex predators. And to portray that experience, that drama in a painting, for me, it's the ultimate challenge, I think. That's a shot of a swordfish I took in Venezuela. One of the few times I ever got scared underwater because they're a very aggressive animal. I was filming, that's me, they're filming under here, filming this whole school of tunas being harvested by these Spaniards. In a process that is a ceremony. It was, it's been going on for 2,500 years.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How do we reconcile the decline of a species with 1,000-year-old traditions?
Well, the 1,000-year-old tradition was a sustainable tradition. That's the difference. High seas commercial longline fleets and purse seine fleets can pursue tuna anywhere. They're not being fished in one spot. The bluefin tuna is the poster child of overexploitation in our oceans. It is now the most valuable animal on the planet. In our lifetime, this has happened, and their demise is such now that they are about to be listed by CITES as an endangered species. And the problem with tunas and tuna-like fishes is and sharks and billfish, they're an international resource. So it takes a collaboration, a consensus to manage these things. It's not, well, I'm going to make this rule and it applies to everybody. It's about the growth of the human population. This is the driving force, and we've got to contain ourselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get snipped pretty soon myself. That's what I'm doing,
I've been
Guy.
for 20 years, so I've done my bit.
I got the Guy Harvey snip endorsement, so. One thing that I'm personally getting a lot of inspiration from is that you understand that art and commerce do not have to be.
Oh no, they have to be in sync.
It's not obscene to think about the commercial coefficient to
Not
your
at
art.
all. One thing drives another. If I hadn't been successful in art, I'd have never done the TV shows. And if I hadn't done the TV shows, the brand would not have expanded in the same way that it has. So that success has brought more success, which has brought more research, which has brought more outreach.
I think you have to love it before you're willing to fight for it.
Absolutely, and it takes cash to care too. You know, we pump hundreds of thousands of dollars now into research work every year. The very meaningful results we convey to the public through the same media. And to any of my critics, art critics, I say, you know, you do what you can do. You do your best, and I'm trying my very best at the moment.
Having someone of Guy Harvey's caliber call this place home makes perfect sense, because the reefs of the Cayman Islands are living art. The array of colors and breathtaking natural architecture make it some of the most visually stunning diving anywhere on Earth. The most famous of these sites, though, is in 15 feet of water. Stingray City, on Grand Cayman's North Wall, attracts almost 750,000 visitors each year. Before heading out there, Guy was kind enough to stop by Sunset House and talk about what makes this place so special.
Back in 1983-84, a number of people would feed stingrays, you know, from fish they caught or conch they were cleaning, and the association grew between humans and animals into a very respectable relationship over a number of years. There being no previous scientific studies done on any marine interactive site anywhere in the world before, here was the perfect situation. When you're doing any kind of marine research work, accessibility is key. To have access to the animal on a daily basis, you can't replace that value. The thing is that it's a unique situation. There's nowhere else like in the world. You want to get close to the animal to be able to give you great shots. And that's what Stingray City is all about.
There's Domino's, and then there's Caribbean Domino's. At my bar, the famous watering hole at Sunset House Resort, the most powerful men in Cayman gather together once or twice a week to slap bones. As inviting as they are to the occasional clueless American,
Yes!
they play for keeps, and they take it very, very seriously. In my experience, when you're thrown to the lions, confidence always wins.
Ouch! It hurts, doesn't it? It burns!
Or at least get you out alive.
Oh, yeah, okay, right, here we go.
You know, your games go a lot faster than mine. Have you noticed that?
You know, you're scrappy. That's what I like. You're scrappy. You got fight in you.
Made entirely from locally grown natural ingredients, 7 Fathoms may be new on the scene, but it's about to become the next jewel in the Cayman Islands' crown.
Are you sitting around really bored and you go, you know what? I think we should put the rum in the ocean. Like, where did the idea come from?
We said, it's actually happening in a barrel when it's aging. And we said, okay, it's sitting there, and it takes a season for the alcohol in a barrel to seep into the oak and come back out. And by doing that, it takes temperature. We use the ocean to do that by changes of tides, and that increases the pressure in the barrel. So what we do is the same process, but we are able to do that twice a day.
What's customary here? Should I pour for you?
I will do it for you, sir. The way we taste spirit is you're going to first swirl it in your glass.
We may or may not have sampled this before,
Right.
TV viewers.
First put it against your nose and breathe in through your mouth and your nose at the same time.
At the same time.
Yes.
Oh, it's like aromatherapy.
And then the next sample you want to do is you actually want to drink it and let it pass your tongue.
Okay.
And you're going to pick up some more flavors from that. Then you're going to pick up butterscotch, aniseed, cotton candy, caramel.
It's like I'm tasting all the best parts of a state fair without the white trash.
Oh, exactly. You hit it right on the nose.
I want to ride a tilt-a-whirl for some reason. I don't really know why. How does it feel to set a precedent, to blaze a trail?
I'm a modest person, and I believe that, you know what, if I can do something for my country, we're not only making history locally, we're making history globally by being the first underwater age
I agree.
ever.
I absolutely agree, and I am not a modest man, so I'm going to tell you that you absolutely rock.
Yeah. Well, you know,
To
I
Cayman.
can drink to that again. Cheers.
Cheers. To a blue planet. To cane juice.
This is why you tune in every week, people. Because a few cocktails later, I convinced Nelson that you, the viewer, were worthy of being let in on the Cayman Islands' most highly guarded secret. For the few of you who know Cayman Islands diving well enough to ID this site and think you can go snatch a barrel with your buddies, don't bother.
So what's the secret to that stuff not getting pinched off the reef?
We have to keep on moving it around. About every week we secretly go and move it, and we have to move it at night.
I love them, and then they break my heart.
They take advantage of you.
They do, they take advantage of me.
Aaron, take it like a man. Shut up and take it like a man.
Oh, Stan, if you only knew how that advice would come back to haunt me. Meet Jackie Keenis. In addition to being part of the illustrious Sunset House dive staff, Jackie is also a proud member of the Cayman Islands national women's rugby team. And, Canadian, of course. In their never-ending quest to find new and creative forms of pain and humiliation to inflict on me, the producers of Into the Drink hatched their latest plan.
I'm starting to wonder if this was one of those really great ideas at the bar.
It just took Gracie away. Broke her shin.
That might end up being one of those really painful ideas later.
I mean, why bother to slowly introduce Aaron to the sport of rugby when you can just stick him in a match in front of hundreds of spectators? If you want to persuade a guy to play rugby for the first time, just tell him that the girls are really looking forward to it.
Did I score for them?
Now I'm gonna go puke.
After finally stopping to appreciate things overlooked and indulging in the next generation of island traditions, I'm pretty sure there's never going to be a time when I can say I've seen it all down here. beauty takes many forms. And much like the reefs that took millions of years to perfect and will no doubt go through eons of stunning changes long after I'm gone, the Cayman Islands seem to have reinvention down to a science. Knowing me, at some point I'll let my guard down again and get cocky. But that just makes the joy in finding out how I was wrong so much sweeter.
I say take two.
To be honest with you, Cayman, I might do it on purpose. I kind of like it when you get rough.
You're actually using the ocean, all the best of it, the tide, the roll, the depth.
The anger, the tranquility. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's rough. You know what? And that's life. You're literally almost able to taste the beauty and the tranquility of underwater just by tasting out there.
That's poetry, man.
It's simple poetry. So, again, like I say, it's capturing the spirit of the ocean. Neptune.
To Neptune.
To Neptune.
Don't it make you come around?